What is up? It's Apoqsi back at it again with another Follow for Automatron video, this time with coverage on one of the all-new weapons a part of this DLC, the Assaultron blade. I'll not only be showing you how to acquire this weapon, as that step is nearly not required for this DLC whatsoever, but I'll also be showing you what weapon modifications, perks, collectibles, and stats you'll want to focus on to improve and squeeze every last ounce of power this blade is capable of dealing. But the main purpose and final conclusion of this video will answer the age-old question: is it worth it?
It's good to be back.
Honestly, I'm seeing the comment now.
This video's late, kill yourself.
And before that comment is made, I want to express that I'm aware that this video should have been out earlier, much earlier, and I haven't uploaded for 3 weeks, and I do apologize for that. However, now it's time to come back in full throttle with this in-depth video, and it's not just a simple video of me debating with myself of whether or not it's worth it. This will be a motherfucking breakdown of the Assaultron blade and how you can make it the best as you possibly can, and whether or not all that effort will pay off in the long run. Quick note, for video purposes, the baseline stats used in this video before upgrades was with a new save with no perks or bonuses, besides the special book in which I put towards strength to get it up to 5. That way nothing is affecting and misleading in terms of base stats, and the only way your base stats will be lower for the Assaultron blade as shown in the video will be if your strength is lower than 5. So to rehash, the Assaultron blade is one of the all-new weapons added with the Automatron DLC, and it can actually be just acquired during the DLC's quest line, and more specifically the quest Headhunting. It will be located near the end of your endeavor in the Fort Hagen hangar in a steamer trunk, and trust me, it's nearly impossible to miss. The Assaultron blade can also be looted though from any melee Rust Devil wielding it in the wasteland, and is essentially just a large sword. The blade's base stats will match around that of the Chinese officer sword and Zhao's sword. In fact, it has a higher damage per attack than either of those weapons. Its damage per attack is a base of 25, which only puts it about 1 damage point higher than that of the unique Zhao's sword. So its base damage is nothing comparable to that of the Krem's Tooth, which is a very good unique blade with a damage per attack of 42 and an addition of poison and bleed damage. So it's not exactly a fair comparison, however, as the Krem's Tooth is a harder and later endeavor than that of the Assaultron blade. Now, as for upgrading this blade with its one available mod Electrified, you'll need to ensure you have rank 2 of Blacksmith and rank 1 of Science. And along with those perk requirements, you'll also need 4 adhesive, 8 aluminum, 3 circuitry, and lastly 3 rubber. Adding this electrified mod will give you a bonus energy damage per attack of 15. Now this may not seem like much, but is very important for enemies that have no resistance to energy damage. A good example of this is with the base super mutant, as they have no resistance to energy damage. With the non-modified blade, it takes 10 total swings to kill the mutant. However, with the electrified blade, it takes 7 in total. 3 less hits for a medium attack speed is a pretty significant increase for an individual weapon mod, but of course, it won't have nearly the same effect on all enemies, especially if they have a energy resistance. Now, to squeeze the rest of the juice out of the Assaultron blade, we'll start off by maxing out our strength to 10. Now, obviously, this will take some time for newer characters, but does give a good benefit to more than just the Assaultron blade, as this will affect all melee weapons. Keep in mind to grab the strength bobblehead to get the free upgrade of 1 strength. Also, if you're not too sure on the location, just click on the video annotated on screen now, or the link in the description for the location guide for the bobbleheads. But for the Assaultron blade, it will increase the base 25 damage per attack all the way up to 34. Now this won't do too much in terms of actual gameplay damage, but it will decrease the 7 hits to 6 hits required to kill a base super mutant. Now another bobblehead we'll need to ensure to grab is the melee bobblehead. This will permanently increase critical damage with melee weapons by 25%. As suggested, this can also be found in the bobblehead guide mentioned a moment ago. As for perks, this is where you'll see the most benefit. There are 2 perks I'm going to suggest working on maxing out, as they will exceptionally increase your damage. The first being Big Leagues. With each rank, it increases your actual melee damage by 20%. So with all 5 ranks, that doubles your melee damage, which puts our total damage per attack at 68. Not only does it greatly increase damage with every rank, but it also comes with additional bonuses as well. The second rank gains you a chance to disarm your opponent. Third, increasing the disarm chance even more. Fourth, makes it possible to hit all targets in front of you. And the last rank, you gain a chance to cripple your opponent or grand slam their head clean off. Now, the second perk is Bloody Mess, increasing your overall damage by 15% when you reach rank 3. In the addition of enemies having a chance to explode, this will now put your total damage per attack to 78 and the energy damage per attack to 21. As for magazines, there's only one collection you truly need to worry about, but you'll need to collect all 10 of them. That collection being Grognak the Barbarian, which increases the critical damage of unarmed and melee attacks by 5% per magazine, meaning you can gain up to 50% increase for critical hit damage. This, in combination with the melee bobblehead, is a 75% increase for the critical hit damage. So how many normal hits with the Assaultron blade does it take now to kill a mutant? Well, see for yourself. So we've come from 10 hits all the way down to 2 hits. This weapon has now become a very good melee weapon for its attack speed, and being able to deal this much damage on multiple close together enemies makes it all the more useful. However, at the end of the day, to achieve this weapon's ultimate greatness, you'll have to mod this weapon, max out strength, and 2 perks, along with collect 10 magazines and 2 bobbleheads. Maxing out 2 perks to achieve a subpar maxed out melee weapon, I guess it's time to conclusively answer the age-old question. Is it worth it? Well, for early on in the game, if you're getting it in the range of level 15 to 17, I'd say it's a good option if you have the first rank or 2 of the perks and you modify the weapon. However, for the long run, which is the most important, this weapon is not worth it. There are much better melee options that are easy to grab this early on in the game or even earlier. So because of that reason, this weapon is more or less for temporary use or as a collector's item. But I'm going to also let you decide and leave feedback down in the comment section below. Let me know whether you enjoyed this Is It Worth It video and whether you'd like to see more by smacking that like button down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to join the good fight if you haven't already. It would be super greatly appreciated. In addition, check out triggerbomb.com, the sexy forum website made by Bethesda fans for all Bethesda fans. The link is in the description. So anyways, until next time, this is Apoqsi, signing off. Oh, by the way, do not run up to a behemoth in a vault suit with this thing. You'll end up on the wrong side of getting 2 hit.